Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be looking at how to add and subtract negative numbers. Now, before we start, there's a few rules that you need to know. If you ever see a plus, a positive number, and next to a minus sign, or if you ever see a plus and a minus, or a minus and a plus next to each other in a question, they will always join together to make a minus sign. Okay? If you ever see two minus signs or two plus signs, it will always make a plus sign. This is the important thing you need to remember. And you also need to remember that they need to be next to each other for this rule to happen. Let me show you in an example. Let's say we had minus 3 plus 7, and what does it equal? Now have a look. This here, the minus sign is here, then there's a 3 and then a brackets, then the plus sign. The minus sign needs to be next to the plus sign for these rules to work. If they're not next to each other, it is just said as a normal number sentence. So this is just rewritten as minus 3 plus 7 equals what? So then you just get your number line out if you want to use a number line, or you can do it in your head, which gives you a final answer of 4. You are at minus 3, you get bigger by 7, so you do 7 jumps toward the positive, and you end up at 4. Another example, however, would be, let's say we had 3 minus 2. Now have a look. This minus sign is next to this minus sign. That means that they need to be changed. What do they change into? Well, let's have a look. If they are both the same, if they're both like each other, it turns to a plus. If they are unlike each other, it turns to a minus. Because they're both like each other, it changes to a plus sign, which now reads as, when we rewrite it, it will read as 3 plus 2 equals 5. Only because they are next to each other, and when two minuses are next to each other, or two like symbols are next to each other, it turns to a plus. If they are unlike, a minus. One last example. Let's say we had this time 8 plus minus 3. Again, as you can see, these two are next to each other. And what does that mean? That means that they need to be changed into one symbol. A plus and a minus are unlike, and as we saw before, if they are unlike, they turn to a minus. Turns to a minus. So the question now reads 8 minus 3 equals 5. So this answer must also equal 5. You're at 8, you get smaller by 3, you're going down by 3, you end up at 5. And that is how you add and subtract negative numbers.